Hey guys, welcome to Tint Taste Tour. I hope you all are staying safe. Today I have come up with a tutorial on how to paint trees using two techniques. This is part 1. I'll soon be coming up with part 2 as well. So to start off with, first I'll show you the brush technique. Before starting off with the tutorial, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe, and if you like the video, do give it a big fat thumbs up. So for the trunk, the colors we'll be using is brown, black and white. We are going to rotate in between these colors only for the trunk, and in between, if you feel so, you can use a little green to give it some sort of shading of the green color. For drawing the trunk, it's important you have a round tip brush which creates a pointed tip when dipped in water. When drawing a trunk directly without any reference, the brush should be damp enough so that it holds water and flows or moves easily on the paper. And make sure you use watercolor which has more water content in it when making the outline of the trunk. So the water content in the brush would be more when making the outline compared to when painting the inner part of the trunk. For creating shades and trunk-like structure, alternate between brown, black and white color and give random strokes so that you get a feel of a trunk. For painting the leaves, we are going to use a flat brush. You can use any flat brush which creates little spikes as I have shown here. If at all your brush is not creating spikes, what you can do is dip it in water and then dab it on a paper towel or on your palm until it starts creating a little spikes. Once you have the right brush, to get the right amount of paint with the right patterns on paper, all you need to do is dip the brush in water, then wipe off the excess water on the brush using a paper towel or a cloth. Once this is done, dip the tip of the brush in the paint and then dab it on the palette itself until the excess paint is removed, and then start making leaves. While painting, make sure you hold the brush at a right angle, else the paint might smudge off. The trick when making leaves is that start off with the darkest tone. So I've started here with dark green color, top it off with some lighter shade, and then above that we'll have the lightest shade. So what I've done is dark green, above that it's green plus yellow, and above that in some parts there would be yellow shade. For the grass, do not press the brush on the paper, just give light strokes in upward direction, and here also the same pattern follows, dark color and then yellow color. Make sure you do not cover the entire tree with lighter tones because the dark tone should peek through the light tones. I am dabbing the lighter tones only at a few places so that it looks as if there are new leaves growing there or it's the daylight reflection. This is one of the popular techniques of making a tree. It is widely used also while doing acrylic painting. In case of acrylic colors, the branch would be covered mostly in the green color because acrylic colors are more opaque compared to watercolors. I will dab some flowers here and there on the grass using orange color. It won't be prominent, just a few. And here our tree is ready using one of the most popular and easy technique. Moving to the second technique of drawing a tree or painting a tree. In this technique, I'm going to use a sponge. Usually an artist sponge is used, but here I'll show you another way of making sponge at home, a makeshift arrangement if you don't have an artist sponge available. So draw the trunk similar to technique shown in the earlier part of this video. For making our DIY tool, all we need is a Scotch-Brite, the one which is used for cleaning utensils, and a pair of scissors. So once you have the particular shape that is desired, start making holes in the sponge so that we can create different patterns when paint is applied to the sponge. It doesn't have to be a particular pattern, any random pattern is perfectly fine for this particular technique. So once the sponge is ready, here I have used a little black plus green color for the leaves, so we have the darkest tone in the background. Dip the sponge in water, remove all the excess water as much as possible. The sponge should only be damp, and then dip it in the paint, and as we earlier did, dab it in the palette itself for some time so that the desired shape is formed, and then start dabbing it on the paper with random motions. I want some light to peek through from this tree, so I'm not going to cover the entire tree in green color. So I'm making only some formations on top of the branches, and the center area, as you can see, is a little peek through, as if some light is coming through that particular part. And similarly it will go here as well, dark tone, light tone, and the lightest tone. If you want to add any darker shades or any particular details, make sure your paint is dry, and then you go ahead with adding the other tones that you want to add to the tree to create the effect or to add more details. This applies to the first technique as well. If you just don't wait and go ahead and add details, there is a high possibility that the colors will smudge into one another or blend into one another, and the tree will not look very good. As shown in my previous videos linked somewhere above, you can also use color pencils to create shadings and highlights. Stay tuned for part 2 of this tutorial, where I'll show you an easy technique to make a cherry blossom tree and also watercolor flowers.